Tri-State Triumphs, sponsored by Good Samaritan Home of Quincy.
When I was in graduate school studying public policy and tax analysis, which most would say is a snoozer master's degree, but I learned a lot about how communities work, how taxes work. I won't bore you with all those details, but I was fortunate enough to work for a leader in the St. Louis region where SIU is, and found that I was compelled to do this kind of work for the community. And so after graduating with a graduate degree in public policy and tax analysis, I decided with my then girlfriend to head out west, and that was 20 years ago, and almost 20 years ago. And I was the CEO for an economic development organization back in 2000, about 6, maybe 5 to 6, and then moved into the Phoenix market in 2008. So yeah, we've seen just massive growth in our region out west, and I still make it back to my hometown every so often, see my parents and my sister and the whole family. So it's great to see you today.
To some degree, I think we're all salesmen, and you're selling the city of Phoenix, something you've done to the tune of almost 75,000 jobs and $11 billion from the companies that you've helped lure there. You have to love where you live to be an effective salesman. What about Phoenix? And I guess you, prior to that, really kind of vibed with a Quincy guy.
Yeah, you're kind of like asking me for the sales pitch, right? So, Greater Phoenix is an incredible market. It is the fastest growing region in the United States. And so, my team and I on the front lines, I mean, we get out in everywhere from, we just had a big project out of Taiwan that's going to build a multi-billion-dollar fab in the Metro Phoenix region. And so we're very fortunate to be able to be in a top 5 U.S. market. But again, I think a lot of arguably, I'd say some of my success has been attributed to kind of how I was raised and the community I was raised, the school I was exposed to, and fundamentals of even sports, I think, have had a lasting effect on me. I think about even running a team. We have 30 people on staff, and everyone is gelled much like a family, much like the Blue Devil soccer team in the late 1990s. So, those are things that you just never forget. And I still, to this day, I had a Zoom call last week with Sean McLaughlin and Casey Stevens and Shane Kenny. So, I mean, we still actually talk about life. And I will tell you, Chris, we do go back to some of the games that we won or some of the games that we lost and, have frustrating moments about those times, thinking that we should have been, state champions back then.